All right, time now to talk about the 4th episode of Star Trek Picard, called Absolute Candor. So, in keeping with that, let's just get to the point. It wasn't very good. In fact, this was probably the worst of the batch. I forget her name now. The doctor, they got to get rid of her. They just can't write these characters. She's really annoying, and the dialogue doesn't make any sense. It's not the actress's fault. It's this terrible dialogue, and it's crap. It's supposed to be funny, but it's not, and I'm not even going to go through with it. It just, God. But the point of the episode was Picard, 14 years ago, he found a planet to put the Romulan refugees on, and then there was this young boy there who was orphaned. He didn't have a home or anything, and the only people that would take him in was this convent of Romulan warrior nuns. And so Picard said, "Oh, I'll find a home for him someday." But then, of course, the Federation, pulled the whole plans on the thing. And Picard, "Well, then I'll resign." And they said, "Fine." So he did. And he never went back. And so the poor kid, the only father figure he had was Admiral Picard. And so that's all very sad. So guess what? Picard is going against the Tal Shiar, and he needs a warrior from the only sect that they truly fear, and that's these warrior nuns. So he's headed over there to talk to them again and try to convince them to send some of their nuns with him so he can have a fighting chance against the Tal Shiar. Well, things have changed since then because of the refugee, or the evacuation was cut short. And so now the Romulans there don't like Picard and are humans at all. And so there's even a sign that says Romulans only, which is odd because there seems to only be Romulans living there. Picard's the only human who beams down. So he finds the nuns and he says, "Hey, want to come along?" And they're like, "I don't know." And then the boy shows up, but he's not a boy anymore. He's a man, or rather, an elf from Lord of the Rings. And at first he's "Oh, Picard," and then he's upset because he feels like he was abandoned by Picard. I can't imagine why he would think that, other than he was abandoned by Picard. Because, "Hey, Picard," he says, "Oh, I wanted to. I tried." No, he didn't. Once the Federation threw his resignation back in his face, he just went home to his vineyard and sat for 14 years. Then he meets this mysterious girl who gets killed within the same day, and now he's decided, "Oh crap, I gotta go against the Federation and everything and go on this mission and get a ship somewhere from my drunken colleague and all that stuff and race off into this crazy mission of his." And now he has time to come back. You had no intention of going back. You didn't give a crap. It doesn't work. He'll do it for this girl. He doesn't know that he suspects his Data's daughter and all that. But as far as the elf Romulan, or Elfnor, we'll call him Elfnor. Poor Elfnor, he didn't give a crap. He really didn't. But it turns out Elfnor trained under the warrior nuns and knows all their fighting tricks, and so he's really good at it. And they're telling him, like, "Look, we're tired of the kid being around. We don't like men. Could you take him away?" All right, that's not fair. Actually, the only touching scene there was that I guess she's the mother superior of the warrior nuns, and she actually cared for Elfnor. And she says, "You really should take him with you on this mission. He's the best fighter I've ever seen, and he'll do well. But plus, he needs a male role model here." They won't come out and say it, but he wants this father figure, and he sees that in Picard and all that. And Picard says, "Yeah, but he could die." And she says, "Yeah, but before he dies, I want to see him live." And so, yeah, okay, that's, they finally had something but it's lost in this crap. And so, and plus, it's kind of late for the father figure. He's pretty much an adult. So, but anyway, he's mad at Picard, and he's done. I don't want to talk to you. You left me, and he's got a point. He did. And then Picard, I don't know, for whatever, he decides to stir the pot, heads over to the Romulans only bar, and takes the sign down and sits down in the bar and says, I want a drink and all that. And so the Romulans cuss him out and tell him, you're the one who lied to us, and now we're stuck here. And it was all a Federation plot to ruin the Romulans and all that. And so then they get in a fight, and Picard's refusing to fight, and they give him a sword, and he won't do it. And then here comes Elfnor and warns the guy to back off and leave Picard alone. He doesn't listen. He lunges for Picard, and so Elfnor slices the guy's head off. That's that. Of course, Picard is mad about this. It's like, God damn, Picard, listen to the kid. There was no other option there. So he's on the team. They beam aboard and they're ready to go. And more dumb jokes. And they have a ship, a fight in orbit of the planet. It doesn't make any sense why they couldn't just warp out. They just don't. But the cool thing, the really cool thing was the old Romulan Warbird ship shows up and engages them. And it's too bad if they could have done a story where they ended up that was the ship they used instead of this piece of crap that they're flying around in. That would have been a lot better. But anyway, of course, they fight it out, and then a mysterious new ship comes in that's, I don't know, shaped like an arrow or some piece of crap. It doesn't matter. And helps them fight the Romulan ship. And before this new mysterious ship gets destroyed, they beam him on board. Let's beam this guy on board. He helped us and all that stuff. And, of course, it kept going out of their way to say him. I said, okay, it's a woman. I'm trying to think, who is it? Oh, yeah. And sure enough, it's 7 of 9. So that's how they introduced 7 of 9. I don't know if she's really a part of the series, which would be nice, even though she really doesn't have much involvement with Picard, but they'll make believe that there was, but who's to say, I mean, it's been quite a few decades. Maybe they knew each other after all that. But anyway, so there she is, and you think, well, that's a good way to end the show. No, we got to check back with the bad guys. And, well, they did. They showed a stupid scene, but all the scenes between Narek and Soji are just ridiculous. Because you know what it is. It's the old tired plot of falling in love was never part of the plan. But he's already in love with Soji, and they're just spelling it out at this point. It's like, yeah, he's supposed to be spying on her and trying to get information from where she came from so that they can eliminate all the androids. And probably where, Maddox is hiding out or whatever. Well, so they do that, and they have some silly, I guess he was saying, hey, I'm going to show you an old Borg ritual. And he says, the Borgs don't have rituals. Well, that's what people think, but they're wrong. And they do this silly thing where they go sliding down a hall in their sock feet and all that, and then they make out, which is kind of ridiculous because they're already sleeping together. So it's not like you have to establish that moment where they, we want to kiss. Yeah. That scene's already happened, right? I mean, they're already sleeping together. So yeah, but anyway, yeah. That's in there. Then you don't see, and they go back to Picard and his dumb sword fight that he didn't want to do and all that, and his elf boy saves him and beams him aboard and all that. Then we get the little final scene of the Sinister Forces, and oh god, Narek's creepy sister shows up while he's sleeping in bed and proceeds to molest him. God, and I mean, it's no doubt about it. Yeah, there's been she's been, I guess, raping her brother because he's all squeamish and God, it's horrible. So that's the thing. That's what they do. And she's like, you're already in love with her and all this sort of, yeah, he is. And God, could you blame him? So then she warns him he's got a week to get results. Otherwise, they're just going to go capture Soji and I guess try to torture the truth out of her or whatever. Or dissect her and find out where the secret base of androids is. I don't know. So there you go. There's absolute candor. And I guess, Yeah, it was absolute candor, wasn't it? The Romulan brother and sister are incestuous pervs. The brother is actually in love with his target, the android girl, and Picard's a deadbeat surrogate dad or whatever for the elf boy. So there you go. Everybody, they've admitted that they're nothing but crap. So yeah, I gotta give them that, huh? Oh, gee. So, next week's episode, apparently, they're going to be silly. Yeah, they're going to go undercover at some Las Vegas planet, I guess, where Picard will dress up like a pirate, and Captain Rios will dress up as a pimp from the 70s. That ought to be something, huh? Yeah, that's when it's really going to pick up steam. So we'll check back on that one. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe and check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you. Yes, that's right, you. And of course, head over to indieplanet.com to get a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Yes, based on my audio plays of the same name, but now you can see them in the colorful pages of his comic book. Yeah, so check that out. You can catch the Mr. Nailsin Show on RadioMisfits.com. New episodes every Saturday. And, of course, you can also watch my videos over at BitChute. That's the Mr. Nailsin channel on BitChute.com.